phone down, sis. We are tired. Y'all already know what time it is. I got the black V-neck on. So Nicki Minaj and Meek Mill decided on this Good Wednesday on Black History Month to reignite their beef with one another. Y'all know that Nicki Minaj and Meek Mill dated once upon a time. I don't know how long or whatever. We all thought it was very goofy from the beginning. Obviously they broke up. They broke it up. Nicki Minaj is now married to Kenneth Petty. Meek Mill is in a relationship, and his baby mama's about to have a child or whatever. Like I don't know, like his girl or whatever about to have a baby or whatever. And now some stuff, you know, has came back and it's just a mess. It's kind of been bubbling for a little minute now. It's been kind of slick stuff said on both sides. You all know that Nicki Minaj, Meek Mill, and Kenneth Petty bumped into each other at the boutique or whatever, and they had some exchange in words and stuff. So now it is the thing about them making fun of how Kenneth Petty dresses, and there was a post that Meek Mill liked. Someone making fun of what Kenneth Petty had on, and Meek Mill liked it. The Shade Room posted on Instagram, and Nicki Minaj saw it, and she started posting several pictures of some goofy stuff that Meek Mill had on, and was just kind of shading him. There was one particular tweet or something. It was a tweet somebody was making fun of him and saying that he was dressed like the Harajuku Barbie, Nicki Minaj or whatever, and I'm just like, why are you making fun? It was kind of diet homophobia to me for you to make fun of, you know, attacking his masculinity because he has, like, saying this stuff is too feminine for him to be wearing. It's not making any sense to me because half of your fan base is queer. Like, you have a lot of queer folks, but you know, with Nicki Minaj, you really don't care. I mean, you did have that post tweet, and then you're gonna be on RuPaul's Drag Race. It's just like, girl, you just keep digging yourself in the hole. I'm not going to dig into that too much because you've already done enough of it. Meek Mill, you know, kind of responded back and, you know, brought up real quick to bring up the fact that she is married to a convicted rapist. And, you know, girl, you are one to talk when you sit here married to this man. He got all this stuff. And Nicki Minaj, you know, was, you know, alleging that he beat his sister and did all that, was calling him an abuser and all that. And it was kind of, I was a little bit, now this is my personal opinion, Nicki Minaj, you need to be staying far away from calling anybody an abuser or whatever, because sis, that word ain't looking cute for your brand. Your brother just got convicted for rape for 25 years. He's gone. He's going to jail for 25 years. There's been talks that you paid for his lawyer, you did all of that. And yes, true enough, that is your brother, that's not you. You can't be responsible for what your brother is doing, whatever, and we can't be responsible for what our siblings is doing, and they're not a direct reflection of us. But when you are defending them and saying that that never happened or whatever, we've not heard Nicki Minaj say it, but she's done other things to make us believe that she is defending her brother. And not just that, because I'll give her that, but also you're married to a known abuser who has done time for it, and then you tried to change the story to make it seem like the girl lied when that was untrue. You went on Queen Radio and you defended this mess on your own platform, which was silly to begin with. Nicki Minaj, I really don't think that you are in a good place. I think you're miserable with your relationship because, you know, you being the star that you are, have not been able to enjoy, you know, when people talk about you being married, any other time when a huge star like you get married, like, people talk about it in a good light. But that was not the case with you. Like, they just keep saying that you're married to a convicted rapist. So the whole thing it's just like, I would advise you to stay away from those conversations. It looks very goofy for you to be addressing this and saying that Meek Mill did this when you out here defending other stuff. It just doesn't, we're not going to come to you listening to you talk about that. Now, Meek Mill may have done that. He may have, but I think it's highly unlikely that he did because you don't have a good track record. So why now are you talking about, now you care about people being abused? Like, now you care about stuff like that? It's not looking good. And Meek is going to win this beef. He's going to win this beef because he is going to be able to say some stuff that other folks have not, like the tabloids are saying. The tabloids keep talking about and keep dragging your man. Like, ain't nobody else asking, you know, stuff like that on Queen Radio, ask you about, like, We ain't able to sit down and interview and talk to you about that, but now that like a big public figure like Meek Mill is talking about that, it keeps bringing the conversation about your brother and also about who you're married to, which does not look good for you. It does not look good, sis. And I'm not a fan of Meek Mill. I'm not trying to even take up for him or whatever, because I'm pretty sure he's done some trash stuff. I done seen his goofy self on Twitter saying some irrational stuff and whatever, and he ain't making no sense, and he just is a slick fox, just like Jay-Z. And he look hella goofy. He do look like every time he's standing around somebody about to slap him on the back of his neck. Nicki, you're not going to win this battle. You're just not. Not with your track record. You're just not. So you saying all these things and all, accusing him, it's like, girl, how are you sitting here saying this when you are sitting here married to somebody who has been convicted of that? Like, it's just not making any sense. I just think you should just put the phone down. You look silly as hell for posting pictures of this man, making fun of the clothes he got on. Like, Nicki, you got a cute little snippet that you put out for folks. People are liking it, the Yikes song, we waiting for it, we ready for it. We should be talking about you and your music and your new projects. You came out here with full force. You came out here and said, girl, got a new video, did a new video song with somebody. It was cute. You look good in the video. Came through. Who was it? Megan Trainor. The video looked good. Your bars in there was sounding good. You said that you were going to be on RuPaul's Drag Race. You did a club appearance. People were hyped to see you. Like, all of these good things. And then you let Meek Mill liking a photo being posted on the Shade Room. You have to respond. Put the phone down and pick the pen up. We don't want you to be out here fighting with Meek Mill and your ex-fucking boyfriend. You look silly. That man got too many secrets on you to be spit. Both of y'all are going to lose. But Nicki, you gonna lose more than Meek because of what you got going on with your brother and your husband. You're not going to win. In this day and age where we out here guillotining folks for abuse and sexual misconduct and sexual assault, you can't defend that. And I'm tired of people out here talking about, well, that's her brother, she's not responsible. Let me tell you something. I have cut family off for less. I'm not one of those folks. I don't know what it is in this hypothetical that people come up with. Oh, if my brother did that, I have to stand with my brother. Like, it's not even happening yet, but the fact that you sit up here saying that you sharing blood is more than somebody being abused, like, you sound dumb. Ain't nobody saying that you need to stand up and be a shield for your brother or your loved one or your sibling, but you can't be out here. You don't need to be out here doing, you don't need to be telling us that you support them. If my brother has something going on, I would probably support him in some way, but you all would know it. If it was something bad that they did, I would not be condoning that. Like, I wouldn't be condoning that. And I've already done a video and telling folks that I don't owe family anything. Like, just because we share blood does not mean that I have this close connection with you automatically. It should be because I want it to be. I should love you because I want to love you, not because we share blood. Period. I don't know. So Meek Mill had a couple things to say. Let me read off a couple of his tweets. The only way you can try to kill my career is to say I beat women. Talk about your brother convicted of rape and you've been new and paid for his lawyer. Your little brother touched that little girl too. You know I know. You want me to crash with your boyfriend and I won't. He also said this, that you're willing to crash your man because you're losing now and everybody in the industry know you a bad person. You been knew your brother was raping a little girl, that's why I got away from you. I don't think that was the reason for Meek Mill getting away or leaving Nicki Minaj. I don't think that. But this is what Meek Mill said as well. For clarification, I don't hit women and I won't let my interviews be filled with question about her or any situation to do with her. When I come out to do press for my new album, No Devil's Strict. Meek Mill said he is not going to be doing no interviews and talking about her or whatever, because people gonna try to ask, people still gonna get that questioning. I think if anything, Nicki Minaj is making Meek Mill look like a better person in this whole situation. And people really don't even care for Meek Mill goofy ass. But Nicki, like, let's just be honest. Let's just sit back and be honest. Because what's so fun, I dealt with the Barbs this past weekend saying that I was dying of AIDS and all that other shit. Girl, I'm not dying of AIDS. That's why I take my HIV medicine every night before I go to bed. I take me some good big Tarvy and I let that go play in my cells and I take my butt to bed. So HIV is fine over here, girl. Don't worry about me. Worry about your artist not getting to the top. We can go ahead and know that Nicki Minaj's career is not as high as it once was. Like, she's not she's not as sought after as she was 5 or 6 years ago. We all know that. Like, let's just stop playing. Y'all tried to pretend like she wasn't doing a club appearance. She was throwing a party. That was a club appearance. Nicki Minaj hasn't had to do a club appearance and had to do some stuff like this in a long time. Like, Nicki Minaj is not even a club appearance type of girl. She's not that. She probably was in the beginning, but even when she was out, it was just very boring. She looked very bored and tired. I'm not going out to party with Nicki Minaj. I'm just not going. I'll go to the mall with Nicki Minaj and pick out some outfits and pooch around and be the mean girls that she wants us to be. But ain't nobody going out to party with Nicki. Nicki ain't no fun being out. Now, if you want to compare and contrast, which so often we do, I'll party with Cardi. Cardi, like, she's turned up. Every time we see her, she was like she's having a good time or whatever. But we won't go to the mall with Cardi because Cardi too bad about folks saying that she look like she's selling hot dogs out of a bodega or something. So, like, I guess just, it is what it is. And yes, I brought up her because I know folks are going to do it or whatever. But we can see the trajectory of Nicki Minaj's career. She's not at her high point right now. She's not highly sought after right now. She's not been doing these A1 collabs and stuff with other folks. Yes, she's going to start naming folks or whatever, but she's not being sought after. Like, we just have to be honest. It doesn't mean that she's losing. Doesn't mean that she's washed. Doesn't mean anything. It's just, it's so many other female rappers out here right now that people can choose for. We got Rico Nasty, we got Cardi B, we got Megan Thee Stallion, we got all these rappers, we got Doja Cat, we got all these female rappers that are doing really, really good stuff and putting out here quality music. So it's just not Nicki Minaj. So it's not to say that Nicki Minaj is dead, like her career is dead. It's just not what it was a couple years ago. And Nicki has been in the game for how many years? It's like, she's not gonna always be at the top. She's not gonna always be at the top of her game. I'm glad she did take a hiatus for a minute. I'm glad that she did take a break and recoup and get herself together. But I think that her and this beef with Meek Mill is gonna leave her wounded. I don't think that Meek Mill is another situation where how you did Remy. Like, you dragged Remy and you got on her, all that. But Remy showed that you were vulnerable, and I have been saying that. You tried to beef with Cardi B. That did not end well for you. Cardi B won that. She won that. She's still out here doing stuff. She's still out here #1 singles, you know, still out here, album still doing good. Even a year or so later, like, people are still highly seeking after Cardi B. You didn't end her career. You didn't end her anything. You just kind of just showed your hand, and people clocked you for it. Now, everybody do think you a mean girl. There are not a lot of folks who working with you right now, Nicki. There are not a lot of folks working with you, sis. It's just not that many people willing to work with you. They're scared that if they work with you, they probably ain't gonna be able to work with Cardi B or whoever, because you got bad blood with so many people. So I don't know why the fans want to act like, oh, Nicki, like, let's just be honest. This whole thing looks very silly. It looks very silly. And I got to argue with somebody on Twitter who was saying, well, she ain't got nothing to do with her sibling, da da da. She needs to stop talking about it from a PR perspective. Stop talking about it. Stop talking about rape and abuse because it don't look good. You are not the person to be talking about that. You've been a defender and an enabler of that in the past. So you can't call out nobody when you want to. You've been out here, you can't be out here crying wolf like, oh, I care about this now. When you have been using your platform to harass folks for the longest, like that stuff that you did to Wanda's World was a mess. Ain't nobody feeling you right now like that. They're just not. The industry ain't just, and you know it. You know, we can tell by the budget of some of your songs that you have done. Like them last videos you did for Queen, some of them videos look like the budget was probably $250,000. Like, you didn't have no big budget for that stuff. So, girl, you need to be worried about the latest album you finna put out. That's what you need to worry about, not no drama and stuff with Meek Mill. You just don't have the time to be out here worried about that. There's some very petty stuff. You should have just ignored it and just threw out one shot and just called it a day. You should have said, girl, I'm not worried about Meek Mill, and moved on. Like, you're supposed to be happy. You're supposed to be living the best of your career. You're married. All of these things, worry about that. Don't be worried about Meek Mill. It's just not looking good for you. And that's all I got to say. Y'all let me know what y'all think about the beef with Nicki Minaj and Meek Mill, girl. Sound off in the comments, honey. Yes, I do miss you. I got some content coming out, but I want to address this very, very fast. Make sure you are subscribing, liking the video, and sharing it to all your good sis all on the social medias. And I'll talk y'all later on tonight. Bye.